come back to Brussels now to Lailuma Sadid from Brussels Morning.
Thank you very much, Juana, and thanks for giving the chance to ask the question. Lailuma Sadid from Brussels Morning. The Secretary General, as you mentioned it about Afghanistan, CNN reported that after the troop withdrawal from Afghanistan, Al-Qaeda could launch an attack in Afghanistan and using Afghanistan, 18 months. How do you evaluate the situation, and do you think the troop withdrawal from Afghanistan is happening in the right time? And also the second question, if I may ask, the other reports say that US will be building base in Pakistan or maybe in Tajikistan next to the Afghanistan or neighbor of Afghanistan. Will NATO troop will follow the things that if Pakistan or Tajikistan allowed that US build a base there? Thank you very much.
The security situation in Afghanistan remains very difficult and challenging. Of course, the decision to withdraw our troops entails risks, but also to stay would have implemented risks for our alliance with more fighting, potentially more fighting, more casualties, and even the need to maybe increase the number of troops. So therefore we made a decision to end our mission within weeks. I think we have to understand that the intention was never to stay in Afghanistan forever. And over the last years, we have gradually reduced our presence from more than 100,000 troops not so many years ago to around 10,000 troops at the beginning of this year. And now we'll go down to 0 in the military mission. But as we end our military mission, we are stepping up our support to Afghanistan in other ways. First of all, we will maintain our civilian presence in Afghanistan to provide advice, capacity building to the Afghan security institutions. We will fund the Afghan security forces, make sure that we are allocating significant amounts of money to the Afghan security forces. And we will also provide, or we are planning to provide, out-of-country training for the Afghan security forces. And we are also now working on how we can sustain critical infrastructure, for instance, the airport, to provide support to the running of the airport and other critical infrastructure, which is important for the continued presence of the international community in Afghanistan. And let me add that perhaps one of the most important things we have done in Afghanistan over the last years is to, as we gradually have reduced our own presence, is to train, support, help to build professional, committed Afghan security forces. And they are now in charge. They are now responsible for the security in their own country. And at some stage, the Afghans have to take full responsibility for their own future. And I'm impressed by the strength and the courage of the Afghan security forces, knowing that there are risks, challenges, but also that's exactly why we will continue to provide support to them. It's not for me to comment on or to speak on behalf of the United States, but we are looking into how we can provide some out-of-country training for Afghan security forces as we end the military presence in Afghanistan.
Okay, we'll now go to Reuters, Sabine Siebold.
Many thanks, Oana.